ABC7 Bangor.
This is ABC7 News at Noon.
SAPI has announced it's investing more than $4 million in its mill in Skowhegan. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Two people are facing robbery and kidnapping charges after an incident in Bangor. And a New York man convicted of killing a woman in Bangor wants a new trial. We'll tell you why. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories coming up. First, there is a recount going on in Ellsworth at this hour. The recount is in the city council race. There are 3 seats on the council going up for grabs in Tuesday's election. The city clerk's office is currently hand counting votes for John Stein and John Linehan. Michelle Beal and Tammy Moat had enough votes to take 2 of those seats. The 3rd seat came down to Stein and Linehan with just 56 votes separate them, close enough to take another look. We are following it and we'll let you know the outcome as soon as the votes are counted. Congressman Jared Golden has declared victory in Maine's 2nd congressional district with over 95% of the votes tallied. Golden's camp says they have an 11,000 vote lead, which he says makes Poliquin's win, quote, functionally impossible. At a press conference in Lewiston this morning, Golden said, quote, I am deeply honored the people of Maine's 2nd congressional district have chosen me to represent them in Washington for another 2-year term. Although Bruce Poliquin may not be willing to concede at this point, the final result is undeniably clear, end quote. The Secretary of State's office will oversee the ranked choice voting or instant runoff since no candidate has cleared 50% of the vote as required by Maine law. The results will be tabulated on Tuesday. Several municipalities saw referendum questions on their ballots that have big implications for residents and businesses. Matthew Durantzik has more on 2 of them.
As the dust settles following Election Day, some folks in Bar Harbor, Benton, Clinton, and Fairfield can breathe a sigh of relief as their ballot questions passed.
I'm delighted. I'm grateful for the support and the participation of my fellow townspeople. We've definitely won a battle.
MSAD 49 question 1 asks whether the school district should build a new school in Benton. In Bar Harbor, the question was whether they should put daily limits on cruise ship for passengers allowed in town.
We have the issue of 3 aging school buildings that have really reached their life expectancy.
For MSAD 49, voters gave the thumbs up for a new school, but they also voted no on a $1.8 million gymnasium and more bleachers for public use. Even as the school question passed by at least 400 votes, citizens are pondering this decision.
And if I was currently on the school board, I'd be wondering and trying to find out, and understanding why there was such a pushback against it.
Likewise, the Bar Harbor ballot question passed by a narrow margin of 500 votes. This limits the number of cruise ship passengers allowed in the town to only 1,000 per day at a time.
Just when a large number visit all at once for a couple of short hours, the town becomes a circus. It's unmentionable, it's unpleasant, it's unsafe. It drives away all kinds of business.
Looking at both sides of the issue, Kugelmeyer asked whether these decisions were worth it.
The board of directors of MSAD 49 and the superintendent has to ask themselves why they had such a small margin, and are they going to be willing to work to convince taxpayers to put the people in the buildings that they need to run all these programs that they said that they want to have in the new school.
Matthew Durantzik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
It isn't often we hear about a thriving paper mill in Maine, but that's the case today. Governor Mills released a statement this morning announcing an expansion project at the SAPI mill in Skowhegan. The company says it will invest $418 million to convert its number 2 paper machine so it can make packing and specialty papers. Those changes will help make it more competitive on a global level. Mills says she welcomes a significant investment by SAPI, which she says will support the lives and livelihoods of the people of Skowhegan and the surrounding area. She says by diversifying the forest products made in Maine, the state will strengthen the forest products sector and sustain the good-paying jobs it creates. Now let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey, Susan, happy Thursday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks, across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Alrighty, here we are. We have small craft advisories in effect until 7 a.m. on Friday. Once those drop, we will have these gale watches to deal with, which I expect to get upgraded to gale warnings, and those will last until 4 p.m. as we head towards your Saturday. So here we are, though. We had some showers in the northern parts of the state this morning. Some of these have tried to seep down, so some of you may have noticed a few raindrops this morning, but those are going to be getting out of here. And we'll be seeing some clouds and some sunshine mixed for the rest of the day, as all this will generally start tracking off towards the north and east very soon, as high pressure is just down toward our south. So futurecast for today, some passing clouds with even more clouds on the way later on tonight. But Friday night, we'll bring our next system across the region. A little bit of rain, a little bit of wind on the way as well. It'll be out of the southwest, reaching up to about 15 miles per hour in a few spots, but gradually backing off as we head towards your Friday before our next system moves in, hence why the gale watches are in effect. So for today, the lower 60s, partly cloudy, it'll be mild and breezy. Southwest wind gusting up to about 20 miles per hour at times. Later on tonight, though, middle 40s, mostly cloudy and not as cool. That south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow, lower 60s, mostly cloudy and mild. Southwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, a lot of sunshine and some passing clouds as well. Temperatures in the 60s and 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, after Tuesday's election, there are many people who will be first in the legislature. We'll take a look when we come back.
You've probably seen those ads on TV with the out-of-state 800 number that look like information from Medicare. Some even suggest that your zip code will get you more benefits or even money back. You guessed it, those ads are misleading. So don't call that out-of-state 800 number when your help is right here at home. Do what I did and call the Senior Planning Center. They have trusted professionals all over Maine.
Call the Senior Planning Center at 223-6565. That's 223-6565.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Have both Medicare and Medicaid? Now's the time to explore your options and choose the coverage that's right for you. Choose a plan that offers you more benefits at no additional cost. Millions of members turn to WellCare for benefits and services that go beyond basic Medicare and help them lead better, healthier lives. Choose a plan with zero or low monthly premiums, co-pays, and deductibles. And with WellCare, you don't just pay less, you get more. More dental with comprehensive coverage, including dentures and crowns. More vision and hearing with an eyewear allowance and hearing aids. Plus prescription drug coverage with $0 preferred generics and free home delivery. Call us at 1-877-267-8416 to speak to a friendly licensed representative and request a free all-in-one guide. There's no obligation. We're here to help you review your options to see if a WellCare plan is the right decision for you. WellCare has a large network of quality doctors and specialists. Plus, we offer PPOD SNPs with the freedom and flexibility to choose your preferred provider in some areas. Enjoy free over-the-counter healthcare items and free groceries with a healthy food card. Plus, free transportation to doctors and pharmacies and free meals delivered to your home. Get convenient access to care with our telehealth services, including online doctor visits and a free gym membership with online classes. WellCare is a leader in government-sponsored health care. It has been serving those with Medicare, Medicaid, and prescription drug for more than 35 years. Call now. We're here to answer your questions and even assist enrolling you over the phone. Choose the company that puts your health first. WellCare. Medicare done well. Call now and get a free copy of our all-in-one guide. 1-877-267-8416.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Two people now face robbery and kidnapping charges after an incident in Bangor. Bangor police say around 9:45 Tuesday night, officers were called to a residence for a report of a man with numerous facial injuries holding a firearm. Officers arrived, and after turning over the firearm, the male victim told them he had been at a residence on Court Street with his girlfriend when two individuals arrived and physically assaulted him and cut him with an edged weapon. He said he and his girlfriend were then held at gunpoint and locked in a bathroom. Police say the male victim was able to gain control of the handgun and escaped by the residence by jumping out a window. Officers were later able to locate the female victim. Both were transported to a local hospital for treatment of minor injuries. As a result of the investigation, 41-year-old David Bennett of Bangor and 28-year-old Kanaya Sakabason of Pleasant Point were both arrested. They were charged with robbery and kidnapping. Both were taken to the Penobscot County Jail. Women are making history in Maine, and with newfound representation at the Capitol, there are many people who will be first in the legislature while vowing not to be the last. Mel Meyer looks at the diverse group of people getting ready to serve Maine.
I'm going to be learning a lot of sort of new lingo. I'm going to be learning.
Mana Abdi is ready to dive in on her new role, representing part of Lewiston as the first Somali American elected to the Maine legislature. She ran unopposed after her Republican challenger dropped out.
It's daunting because there's no blueprint, right?
Decca Dalak knows what it's like.
I realized that there is no voices that look like me in politics in Maine.
The soon-to-be representative for part of South Portland became the first Somali American mayor in the U.S. just last year. That ends in December, so she plans to continue her term as counselor while serving in Augusta.
It is amazing, to be able to be the voice of not only for Somali immigrants, but also immigrants in general.
Together, they're part of a growing group of people of color in the legislature breaking barriers.
What's been most important to me is not to be the last, to make sure I'm holding that door open.
Jill Dusan will be the first black woman in the state Senate. She'll represent parts of Westbrook and Portland. That's familiar territory, having been the first black woman to serve on a city council in the state.
But it sounds like you're still nervous about it. Oh, God, yes.
All three women are excited to be part of this new representation while bringing with them a wide range of experiences.
As an immigrant community, as Somali, as a Muslim woman, we're not monolith. We do not all share the same ideas of how to fix things.
They hope to tackle everything from the housing crisis to healthcare to rising heating costs.
It's not about party, it's not about this and that, it's about the people. So let's just work for them.
And that is exactly what I intend on doing.
Fill my plate with your concerns, and I'll, prioritize and figure out how I can work with others in the legislature to move some things forward.
A New York man convicted of the murder and assault of two men in Bangor wants a new trial. Devin Dagnall has the latest.
In 2017, Robert Hansley was convicted for murder and elevated aggravated assault. He was sentenced to 25 years to life. It was concluded that in 2015, Hansley was involved in the murder of Robert Kennedy and the injury of Barry Jenkins in a Bangor apartment on Center Street. Hansley has now requested a retrial. In his appeal, Hansley argues that there was insufficient evidence to support his convictions and that the jury was misled.
Here I have a client insistent that is what he told his attorneys, and it wasn't presented because most clients do follow the instructions of their lawyers.
Hansley now claims that the shots he fired were in self-defense, saying that the Center Street shooting was a kill or be killed situation. He also stated that his original defense attorney did not direct him to claim self-defense. Robert Ellis, the state prosecutor, argues that Hansley's new defense does not align with his original and is even, at points, in conflict with it.
The best defense they could come up with. This defense never came up prior to trial. It came up after the best defense he could have.
No decision was made today. However, the court says a decision will be rendered within 2 weeks as to whether Hansley will receive a retrial. In Bangor, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Maine Forest Rangers and the Elton Fire Department responded to a forest fire on the Bennick Road in Elton yesterday. No structures were threatened by the fire. It had been reportedly been caused by a downed power line. The road remained closed yesterday despite the fire being contained as crews awaited response from the power company. After the break, we'll take a look at what you can do to protect yourself from an increased risk of cancer. We'll be right back.
Do you have leaky pipes? Are you planning a plumbing job? Is your heating system working right? Are you designing a plumbing project? Then contact Harley's Plumbing and Heating Plus.
If your toilet will not flush, Harley will be there in a rush. Furnace bit the dust today. Harley crew is on the way. Harley Plumbing, Harley Heating. 990-2200.
Call now.
Harley!
Call or visit online.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
If you were hurt because of exposure to the toxic water at Camp Lejeune, Congress has made it possible for you to recover a settlement. Former Marine attorney James Beardsley wants to help you.
Call now to see if you qualify. Call 222-2222.
I'm Phil Levesque, president of Levesque Business Solutions. We're a family-owned Maine business since 1963. We're your one-stop shop for great office products at affordable rates. From copiers to office furniture to PPE, we've got it all warehoused right here in Bangor. We're your local small Maine business with a dedicated staff providing honest and friendly customer service, top-of-the-line tech support, and the option of in-house leasing. Let us help you get back to business.
Skudik & Bloom, a full-service, custom-designed florist, Main Street in Winter Harbor.
We can deliver one-of-a-kind, full-color flower arrangements
by custom floral designer me, Pam.
Delivering to Ellsworth and surrounding areas for any occasion.
Please visit SkudikandBloom.com or call 844-SKUDIK.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
Maine State Police have arrested a suspect in a 26-year-old sexual assault cold case. They say 56-year-old Jason Follett of Goldsboro was arrested without incident Wednesday on a local pier in connection with a 1996 sexual assault of a Hancock woman in her apartment. The alleged victim was 21 at the time of the crime. She's now 47 years old. Maine State Police say evidence collected from the apartment at the time was processed and an unknown male DNA profile was recovered. Through advancements in DNA testing and genealogy over the years, as well as other detective work, police were able to identify Jason Follett as the suspect. He's been charged with 1 count of gross sexual assault and was taken to the Hancock County Jail. Police say other charges may be pending. It's been 32 years since Congress passed a law making November Native American Indian Heritage Month. The entire month is set aside to celebrate the many contributions the ancestors and the children of the original inhabitants of the land we now call the U.S. Today, we're highlighting the first Native American woman that NASA has ever launched into space. ABC's Faith Abube has her story.
The SpaceX Dragon Endurance cruise ship blasted off into space with 4 astronauts and the hopes and dreams of countless people. At the helm of the Crew 5 mission, Nicole Mann.
This is Nicole Mann on board the International Space Station.
The NASA astronaut has become somewhat of a celebrity.
It's so incredible. I've received a lot of letters.
Humbled as she's celebrated not only for being the first woman to serve as mission commander, but also the first Indigenous American woman from NASA to ever launch into space. The 45-year-old, born in California, is a registered member of the Wailaki of the Round Valley Indian tribes.
I feel very proud to be on board the space station and certainly to represent Native Americans and Indigenous people on board. I think it's important that we recognize that there are all different types of people on board the International Space Station, not only from different countries, but from different backgrounds and different nationalities.
Mann holds a bachelor's and master's degree in mechanical engineering and has deployed twice to Iraq and Afghanistan flying jets in the Marine Corps. Space and the stars have always fascinated her, But Corporal Main says she never thought she could be an astronaut until later in life.
I had never really understood what an astronaut did, who became astronauts, what it really took to become an astronaut. Unfortunately, in my mind at that time, it was not in the realm of possibilities.
Today, Mann is leading a team that's conducting numerous space experiments in an orbital lab. Her son and husband back here on Earth. The only personal item with her in space is this dream catcher.
It's pretty amazing in microgravity because it just floats and the feathers kind of go every which way.
A sacred Native American symbol that's believed to catch bad dreams and release good spirits. A constant reminder of where she came from.
I think that the strength I find in that is a gift from my mother. It's the strength to know that I have the support of my family and community back home, and that when things are difficult or things are getting hard or I'm getting burnt out or frustrated, that strength is something that I will draw on to continue towards a successful mission.
Faith Abube, ABC News.
For years, scientists have known that obesity leads to an increased risk of cancer, but the question remains, what type of diet can protect you from those risks? With more, here's ABC's Justin Finch.
Fasting, Atkins, and keto are only a few of the recent trends that have become staples of a Western diet culture. A recent study from Sloan Kettering looked at keto and whole foods plant-based diets to determine which of these lowers your risk of cancer. The researchers found both diets help with weight loss and lower inflammation, but the whole foods plant-based diets provide added benefits. Whole foods plant-based diets provide your body with large amounts of fiber and other micronutrients that can help lower your risk of cancer. Talk to your doctor if you have any questions about your nutrition and the best diet for you. With this Medical Minute, I'm Justin Finch.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
We're no football players.
But we do know a lot about Medicare.
So why call some out-of-state 800 number
when help is right here at home?
Listen to what these people have to say.
My insurance kept going up and up and up and up.
I could never have navigated through the loopholes.
Gave me all my options and signed me up with what I needed within an hour.
Senior Planning Center was a lifesaver for us.
Oh, by the way,
we represent most Medicare health plans.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, watch out.
Watch out. The insurance company is going to ask you to sign some papers. Don't do it.
Watch out. You may be entitled to money your insurance company isn't telling you about.
Don't trust that insurance company after your accident. You could miss out on a lot of money. Call the twos and we'll watch out for you.
Lowry and Associates watched out for me and got me $400,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
Lamy Wellahan's annual Veterans Day sale is happening now. Take 20% off your purchase over $50. As always, our expert fittings can ensure you get the best fit for your feet. We have quality brands and styles the whole family will love. Shop the sale now through Sunday the 13th, in-store and online. Use promo code VETSDAY22 at lwshoes.com for 20% off orders over $50. Have a wonderful Veterans Day weekend.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Welcome back. Let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Thursday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here we are. A couple of advisories we have our eye on. We have a small craft advisory in effect until 7 a.m. for your Friday. Once those get out of here, we have a gale watch to watch out for. And now the last through Saturday afternoon, we have a front moving through Friday night into Saturday with rain on the way and, yes, some gusty winds winds to put up with as well. The radar is quiet for now. We do have a few showers in the northern ends of the state. This is from earlier this morning where we did have some rain showers moving through as well. Some of us try to sneak further down to the south, so a few of you may have seen a few raindrops as well, but now all of that beginning to back off now. Here's kind of a wider picture, though, of the general composite loop, which kind of takes everything into account for the nearby radars. And we did see a few returns nearby earlier this morning, but now that's starting to back off and track off towards the east and a little bit to the north and east as well. We have high pressure right nearby helping us out at this point. There's Nicole further down toward the south, now a tropical storm. And this is our next system right here that continues to track off towards the east. So here we are, though, with Tropical Storm Nicole, which has made landfall as a Category 1 hurricane. Obviously, it's weakened and moved very quickly as well. Here's the latest data. West-northwest movement at 14 miles per hour. Winds now down to 60 miles per hour in all the orange shaded areas right there. Those are tropical storm warnings in effect. And a projected path does take it towards the north and east and weakening very quickly, though. So while the system will still exist after a while, the tropical characteristics looks to move away rather quickly. We'll see if the system moves in our direction over the next few days. Back here at home, though, here we are, some gusty winds, even along Bar Harbor, reaching up to 20 miles per hour at times. And some other areas may notice some gusty winds as well, but backing off as we head towards your Friday. Wave heights are up there right now, 6 to 10 feet according to some of the buoys. This is why small craft advisories are in effect. But as we head towards your Friday, those will begin to ease up briefly before our next system begins to approach. Farther down toward the south, though, we are seeing some higher surface as a result, even some areas up to 23 feet, according to some of the buoys, courtesy of Tropical Storm Nicole. But meanwhile, though, our average high is 48 degrees. We'll reach for the lower 60s today and tomorrow, upper 60s for Saturday, then falling back into the 40s Sunday and beyond. So moving forward, though, here we are. So we have some showers farther off towards the north earlier, and now we're going to be watching for a few clouds moving through later on this evening as well. But by tomorrow, we'll see a mixture of clouds and sun, but the clouds really get going Friday afternoon as our next system begins to move in, with plenty of rain and even a few rumbles of thunder that cannot be ruled out either, and some heavy downpours too, and maybe a break to start things off Saturday morning. A lot of rain on the way, 1 to 2 inches of rain before we're all finished up, so this is good, though, for the soil, but definitely decent rainfall on the way for a few areas. So a forecast for today, lower 60s, partly cloudy, mild and breezy, southwest wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, middle 40s, mostly cloudy and not as cool, that south wind getting up to 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow, lower 60s, mostly cloudy and mild, southwest wind up to 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. Make sure to think a veteran will be mostly cloudy with highs in the lower 60s, upper 60s on Saturday with rain likely. Afternoon rain on Sunday, highs in the upper 40s, lower 40s on Monday, a partly cloudy sky.
Thank you, Devin. Hurricane Nicole made landfall in Florida this morning as a Category 1 storm. The National Weather Service says it had maximum sustained winds of 70 miles per hour as it made landfall just south of Vero Beach. The rare November storm is expected to bring powerful winds to many central Florida beaches. The storm had already led officials to shut down airports and theme parks and order evacuations that included former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago club. Authorities warned that Nicole's storm surge could further erode many beaches hit by Hurricane Ian in September. The sprawling storm is then forecast to head into Georgia and the Carolinas later today and Friday, dumping heavy rain across the region. Tesla is recalling 2 models of cars for problems related to its steering system. The electric car maker is recalling about 40,000 of its vehicles from among Models S and Model X versions. The model years involve 2017 through 2021. The vehicles could experience a loss of power steering assist when driving on rough roads or hitting potholes. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says losing power steering assist can require greater effort steering and cause crash risks. Tesla says it has released an update for the problem and that 97% of vehicles are having the update. The Dallas Zoo has welcomed a baby hippo. Mom Bolipio gave birth on the day before Halloween. Zoologists aren't sure yet whether the baby is a male or a female. They say the calf weighed between 50 and 60 pounds at birth. They say Mom and the baby are doing well and have been bonding behind the scenes, while Dad, Gus, and its half-sister spend time on habitat. The calf won't be on public display for several more weeks. Look at that. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.
It's been a great summer at Dorsey Furniture, but it's time to start thinking about fall. Our new fall introductions are arriving daily and we need to make room. This means big discounts on selected items. How big? Half off. We didn't stop with just a few items. We have marked down every item in every department. Come to Dorsey Furniture during our fall clearance sale and you won't be disappointed. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.